Hello and welcome to the walkthrough for the challenge Not Without a Bomb on the Age of Empires Online Beta. In this walkthrough, I'm going to show you how to beat this quest with a fair amount of time left. My way is not the only way to do it, but it works pretty well. The first thing you want to do is send all your workers to gather food, and then queue up some more workers at your town center and send them to gather wood. The first worker you want out of your town center, you want them to build a storehouse next to the wood, and then every worker after that, just queue them directly to the wood. Something a little unusual with my walkthrough here is that I'm going to do it without any special upgrades, without any gathering upgrades, with no special advisors or anything like that. The one piece of gear that I am using is the epic hammer from the final farm down quest. You can see it right there. And also the one advisor I'm going to use is Apprentice Mason Phylon, which is the advisor you can get from the Advisor Hall quest. He reduces build time and build cost of buildings by 8%. Now, at this point I have 3 workers on wood. I'm going to send one more worker on wood, and then every worker after that I'm going to send on gold until I get to about 5 or 6 workers on gold. You can see I do this because I can see that my gold and wood are going to be roughly even. I have 102 gold and 102 wood and 100 gold. So using that math, if I have 4 workers on each, then I should get roughly 400 on wood and gold at the same time. Now I'm gonna go look at the enemy base. Looking around a little, you can see there are 4 horsemen, or 5 horsemen, sorry. Those 5 horsemen will kill your battering rams very, very quickly if you do not kill them, if you do not deal with them. In order to deal with them, you're going to need some spearmen. And with 5 horsemen, you're going to need roughly 15 to 20 spearmen. Now you need that many, even though it seems kind of overkill, because all your spearmen are going to get rained down upon by all those guard towers and fortresses. So you need a lot of them, because you basically need to overkill the horsemen. Now I keep sending my workers to gather, or once I have all my like 5 or 6 workers on gold, I'm gonna re-rally my town hall to gather wood, and I'm just waiting to get 400 wood and 400 gold, and then once I get that amount, then I'm gonna cancel all my queued workers and then hit age 3 as soon as possible. You don't need to do age 3 that quickly, but it's always nice to do it faster, just because you can set up your siege workshop a lot faster and you can upgrade your spearmen a little quicker. I upgrade my spearmen twice. Each upgrade gives them 15% more health and damage. You can get by with one upgrade, but it might be a little messy, and if you do it with no upgrades, your spearmen they'll actually probably all die trying to kill all the horsemen. So you do need to upgrade them at least once. Now I keep sending more workers to gather wood, and I started my age 3 research. Now at this point I'm going to send one worker to build a storehouse at another wood location. Now the reason I do this is because if the wood area gets too crowded, and you can see it's a pretty narrow space right there, if it gets too crowded, the workers get stuck, and they just kind of, sometimes they'll stop working entirely, sometimes they'll just not move for a little bit, and you want to cut down on that. So if you kind of spread your workers out, it prevents that from happening. Also, if you I mean, as the trees get thinned out, your workers move further and further away from the storehouse. And if you have 2 locations, then they thin out quite a lot, quite a bit slower. Now my age 3 just finished. Now I'm gonna research level 2 on my spearman, or level 3 maybe. And I'm also gonna send one worker to build a siege workshop, way down in the kind of near the enemy base. You can send more workers to build more buildings, but generally speaking, unless you need a building very, very quickly, it's kind of inefficient to send more than one worker. Also, at this point, since my berry bushes are almost gone at the starting location, I'm gonna build another storehouse near a new patch of berry bushes. I'm gonna keep queuing up workers at the town hall, and I'm also gonna queue up another siege workshop with that one worker that's building that's one worker that's building a siege workshop. So you want two siege workshops and the two barracks, and those are pretty much your only production buildings for your army. Now, see, notice that siege workshop is just finishing, and I can't even use it yet because I just don't have the wood income necessary. And that's why you only send one worker, because it's kind of pointless to put it up really quickly when you can't use it. Also, at this point, I'm gonna start building some houses. Now, you might think that's pretty early since I'm only at 28 population, including the queued units. But the reason you do that is so that you can send a very small amount of workers and still have the population required, or still hit the increase in population before you actually need the room. Once again, you can see I only send one or two workers to build the houses. Is it really helps that you have more workers gathering instead of trying to spam build things very, very quickly. Now I'm gonna start building spearmen and battering rams at about the 6 minute mark. You don't want to start producing any later, or you might not have enough. If you produce earlier, it can cut into some other things that you want to do, like you might not have enough wood for houses and things like that. Now, also note that those houses are building, see those houses that I built very early, my population is going to spike very, very quickly as I start building spearmen and battering rams, because battering rams take 3 population and spearmen, every pair takes 2. So basically every round of battering ram and spearmen, I'm using 8 population, and so you need quite a bit of time to ramp up to that. Now I'm just trying to keep my money low. See, as soon as I get 250 wood, I'm gonna keep making more rams. I'm gonna add on a couple more houses. You want to end at roughly 90 to 100 on the population cap. Also note I keep making more workers at my town center. You need a lot of workers on wood to support this kind of to support 2 siege workshops. So pretty much this entire time our town center has been constantly producing workers. I don't have the speed upgrade for my workers. It helps if you get it, but once again, that does cut down on your worker count a little. It helps more than it hurts, but I chose not to get it just to show you that you have quite a bit of wiggle room on how you do this quest. So I mean, the ways you cut it down, or you research like increased wood gathering talent, or you upgrade your speed, or things like that. Now I'm gonna add one more house, just make a little more population room. And I'm getting ready to attack the enemy base. I'm gonna do it at about 2.5 minutes. It takes roughly 2 minutes to knock down the entire base. So if you don't think you have enough forces at 2 minutes, you're probably not gonna win. Now I'm getting close to 100 supply, or 100 population. I'm gonna hit 100 population and then go with my army. My final count is gonna be about 12 battering rams and I think 22 spearmen. It's a little more than you need, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Occasionally, if you go in with too little, you might fail miserably and only kill like almost everything, and then you have to go redo the quest again or something like that. Now here I go. I set my battering rams and spearmen to two separate groups. I'm gonna want my battering rams to clear the way because they can absorb the arrow fire a lot better than my spearmen. My spearmen would just get totally slaughtered. Now, as soon as that wall goes down, my battering rams are going to go all over the place because they're just going to want to knock everything down. You want to charge your spearmen in, and your battering rams will aggro the horsemen as soon as they hit one of those fortresses. Now, as soon as the horsemen come in, you want to target them with your spearmen so that they don't hit your battering rams. You don't need to control your battering rams that much right at this point. You can select a few of them just to take down the fortress very quickly. It does a lot of damage. Now, to take down this base, you can sweep through just one giant clump, but it's a little faster to split your battering rams into two or maybe more groups and go to the left and right sides and knock them down, because you really don't need all those battering rams to knock down one side. Notice at this point I have 3 battering rams on the left, and I have 5 on the right. Also, my spearmen are kind of helping a little. They don't really do a lot of damage, but what else are they going to do? Now, something to know is a battering ram only takes 3 hits to knock down a house. So, once you shift click through all those houses in a big group on the battering rams, you can just select individual battering rams and click on the houses, so that way they'll divide their firepower a bit more efficiently. Now see, I'm almost done, and I have about 30 seconds left, 40 seconds left, and I beat the mission with 36 seconds left. And that's how you do this quest.